This is 12 a.m. on Wednesday, the 1st of April. Oh my God, what the fuck? Okay, I felt that thing. Shit, March has ended already. So we're in like a Q2 now. Wow. Okay, so this is 12:46 a.m. April 1st. April 1st, quite a controversial day. But yep, April 1st, 2026, GMT plus one time. Location is Nigeria. In a previous recording, I've already talked about the, Jos killings and the Kaduna wedding killing and all the hate that has sponsored and all that. It was just a heavy-hearted recording. Not heavy-hearted like, ooh, heavy-hearted because we can't even trace it, because the thing is with the likes of kidnapper, you just need to trace where, how, why. But nobody knows everything. We're still running around with conspiracy theories, still telling ourselves that these people are just self-sponsored terrorists or stuff like that. Honestly, I've made the recording, and with time I'll still make my recording. But the thing is, the recording I made was mostly not in clear English. So to summarize, my beef, obviously, the core tragedy here is the lives that I've lost, the lives that they were just minding their business and then they died. But the extension of that beef is, okay, so who exactly is doing this and why? That is a big question we need to find so that we know whose neck to press. Which brings me to the stories that I've heard today. You see, this Israel-Palestine matter, even if we eventually find out there's a bigger quote-unquote bad guy later on, at least for now, we can see the Israeli government literally on camera making policies that are genocidal. Okay? If not genocidal, of the apartheid nature of the Nazi Germany structure. Right? So it's good to know where the source of your operation comes from directly, so that you don't go around touting conspiracy theories as facts, and then when you're now drilled on what you're saying, you will now sound like an idiot. Headlines today with video evidence attached, mind you, that they're saying that Palestinian criminals in Israel, right, are to be given death sentence. So that's people committed of I don't know, I can't remember the exact word they use, but people committed of maybe crimes like the likes of murder. Right? If a Palestinian commits murder, is death by hanging, but if an Israeli commits that same crime, it's they just go through a normal arrest process. If you needed evidence, right, of all the evidence that has come out by now, but if you are still on the fence on this issue, I think this is your final straw. This should be your final straw. This one is not, there's no sugarcoating. I think they're even tired of the sugarcoating. This is clear-cut, rules for thee, not for me. Clear. I was where was it? Yesterday, okay, 2 days ago now. Evening hours of Monday when the news broke, I think I threw my phone at the wall. I was like, okay. It messes with your brain, this world, and sincerely, I don't even want any part of it anymore. I won't lie. I'm not sad. I'm not like miserable. I want to just check out now. Like, if this is the world people want to still, do ignorance is bliss and live in, build castles in the air, get married, have children, write CVs, apply for jobs, get promotions. If people still want to, that's their business. Me, I am done. I'm just hanging until my last day, as far as I'm concerned. I don't know when it is. I don't know how soon that last day is, but I am fucking done. I am fucking done. And somebody be like, but it's not your country now. The one that's happening in your country. You don't even talk about. First of all, I talk about it. Are you even stupid? But the thing is, it doesn't need to be my country. This is a human being. Human being does not need to be my country member. Some of my country members are wicked people. They are wicked, both civilian, both government. They are wicked people, right? This one is a fellow human being like you. That their crime is being born in the right place, but somebody decided to make that the wrong. Somebody decided to alter that person's destiny. Somebody just sat down like, kill him. I went through it. I shouted a lot on Monday. It was, just when you think they can't do anything even worse, how many things will they bomb? We're just seeing buildings drop like cartoon in Lebanon. Just fuck. And this is the same place that people will defend like rabid dogs that have been shot up with steroids. Like, hey, yes, it must exist so that Christ will come. Are you religious psychosis? What the fuck, bro? Religious psychosis is a bigger problem than we realize, and we're just here petting it. Oh, it's their religion. It's just what they believe. They are killing people on the religion, and then they now have the audacity to say 98% of religious attacks are from Muslims. Who wrote the definition of religious attack in that? Who of what? Religious, or even if the person is not religious, what religious atmosphere is the person coming from? How can you be so myopically foolish? Say 98% is Islamic terrorists, conspiracy theorists. So the thing is, unless I have gong evidence, as per the kind of evidence that you can't shake it, right? I'll label it conspiracy theory. That doesn't mean that there isn't any truth to it. There could be not. But I've been seeing some theories springing up. ISIS, for example. What? Oh, surprise. It's possible that this could have been a government intervention, a creation of a government somewhere. Huh? Because, what the fuck? You want to tell me that all these people that are indigenous of the land, they've been there for, that their lineage goes back on that land over 1,000 years. Now people have lived in other places for over oh my God, man, and it's crazy, bro. It's crazy. I just keep biting my tongue because there's so much I can say that I understand can be misconstrued, but bottom line, right? At least this half of this recording, if you needed a smoking gun that you are the terrorist or you are the terrorist supporter, this should be it. This is a clear cut with evidence. There's video. There have been many like this, mind you, but this one is the most recent in the playlist of instances of clear-cut, you are the terrorist supporter at this point. There are so many people that are waking up, thankfully. Apparently, it's like Jewish households, a lot of Jewish households, they tell them the Zionist perspective growing up, but then with time they now grow up and be like, oh no, I've seen way more anti-Zionists than I have seen Zionists. In fact, I have seen what I meant is I have seen way many more people convert from Zionism to anti-Zionism than I have seen people convert from anti-Zionism to Zionism. And the thing is, even the people that I've actively searched for posts of people saying that I converted from anti-Zionism to Zionism. I've searched for those posts, and those posts are, their reasons are misguided. They're saying, oh, because the anti-Zionists, they were too loud, or they were too hostile, they were too, the movement became superstitious. It's not about the movement, it's about the principle, you idiot. And I'm calling you an idiot not to be pejorative, right? But I'm saying this like you're an idiot. No, okay, fine, that's not a good word. But read, right? And so what? Even if everybody in the anti-Zionist movement was a haywire fool, this Zionism, do you support it? If your answer is no, do you go against it? If your answer is you are, it doesn't matter what the other people that espouse the same thing. It doesn't matter what they do. It doesn't matter what they behave. Do you believe this defining principle? It's just like we say it a lot that if all Christians are doing XYZ, will you also do XYZ? You understand? Something like that. Don't attack it on a principle basis. So because your ex is an anti-Zionist and your heart's broken, you now switch to supporting genocide. Aren't you ashamed of yourself? How immature can you be? And the thing is, there are a lot of children supporting this. Myself, I was a child that never even bothered. When I was like 19, the first time I heard Israel was a country, when I was like, oh, for real? This thing doesn't even exist. That was I was in early university, so I was like maybe 18 or something like that. And they just brought it up like, oh, they have spyware, they can hack out. Like, okay, not only is it a country, it's like a technologically developed country. Okay, that's interesting. I never thought about it again until around October 7. And I was like, oh, well, maybe these guys, since they are technologically advanced, maybe they are the good guys, so they obviously slaughter this thing, until my friend, literally 10 days after October 7 or so, sent me a video. And I keep mentioning this thing. I don't know how many times I mentioned it on this channel, but my friend sent me a video, right, of a guy talking about the Palestinian plight. And I was like, wait, so there's two sides to this story. And the thing is, your ego, right? I didn't have an ego problem. I just, for me, was just embarrassed that I never even bothered to check. But for many people, I imagine, right, especially people who have come out publicly to, boast, to cockily support the actions of the Israeli state, I imagine that such people, their ego won't allow them to succumb, or even if they succumb, they won't succumb publicly. Somebody like Bill Maher cannot succumb publicly. Somebody like Ben Shapiro, God forbid. Somebody like Destiny, that one too cannot succumb publicly. So ego is another thing behind some of our big Zionists. And outside ego, money. Their money literally depends on them being Zionists, because they built Zionist fan bases that are keeping them, and by extension their families, alive. That's the kind of world we live in every day. That's why nobody uses Twitter. Well, obviously people say I'm just being hyperbolic, but using Twitter is discouraging. I don't even use it myself. But using Twitter is discouraging for a lot of people, because you just know that there's one blue check mark that's on the hunt to say the dumbest thing to get the most amount of likes and impressions, so they can get a check at the end of it all. Twitter. So yeah, man, this one, I can feel like a certain pressure in my brain that I feel like if it gets past that point, I might actually have what could be described as a decline in mental state. It's possible. That was the kind of anger that I felt. It was like, I think maybe stroke. Is that what they call stroke? I felt a rush of blood to my brain, like at intense levels that, I hadn't been this mad since, maybe corporate work, because I had, some instances, right? Then school, because I went to all these, everybody goes to a school where rules can mess them up at random. So, times where school rules will get interfere with my life, right? No, just that. But this one was, I doubt it even goes that high. And somebody, like I said, somebody might look at me and be like, but you're in Nigeria now, why are you so bothered about what's happening? The thing is, it's all connected, man. It's all connected. And I don't want to get into how it's connected. It's the kind of thing that I want you to look in. Don't ask Google stupid questions like, how is Israel connected to that? I'm not saying directly, but I'm saying the formats are connected. It's this kind of thing is the kind of thing that you will appreciate the knowledge more if it is self-sought, right? So I urge you, read as much as you can the claims, the justifications, the perspectives, the formations, the alleged false flag operations. Read these things, ask questions. When maybe like some of you that might be tempted to use an AI, if the AI tells you, they won a war, how did they win the war? Ask the AI the numbers, the weaponry, the sourcing, the funding. Ask questions, right? Don't allow something like a ChatGPT to just give you a broad brush summary. We don't know if they are programmed with any biases, but they'll, like, I assume any corporate sponsored program would avoid any, sentimental or political drama. So they'll just give you a broad brush sentiment answer. But be careful. Don't let, something hide under they won a war. A war that lasts years is not a small thing. A war that lasts even days is not a small thing. Ask what happened. How are people faring? Ask detailed questions. Ask who supported. Do you know the Americans opened their mouth and said that I didn't hear this directly, but allegedly, and let me know, it's not even like allegedly, right? I just heard, right? So yeah, allegedly, supposedly, I heard from someone. I heard from a recording online that the reason why they voted no that slavery being the gravest crime in human history is that they operated under a legal framework. And then the question there was, who made the legal framework? Oh God. No surprise Israel voted no. I don't even want to know their reasons. Argentina, and the thing about Argentina, there were conspiracy theories that were saying that the forest fires that were being started, they were saying that they were being started by Israel. We don't know how true that is, or Israeli citizens rather, not the Israeli government. We don't know how true that is. That's for now a conspiracy theory. Speaking of conspiracy theories, Candace Owens, should we clap for her? Because there are reports saying that the bullet doesn't match. That's the bullet that took out Charlie Kirk. That the bullet doesn't match the weapon. And that something like that could be public information at this time. It begs two questions. One, are they trying to distract us? Because, see, I feel like they hoard news, they release strategically. Like, I feel like this Epstein Files thing, yeah, fair enough, it's important, but I feel like it was released to distract from something, and when it got out of hand, they did another thing to distract from something. But the thing is, with the state of the internet now, stories no longer die. People have woken up like, hey, keep the story alive. The Epstein file story is still alive, right? The Gaza story, it has never died since 2023. Thankfully, at least let it be that. But they will still rewrite our history for us, probably, right? Which is tragic. But at least let it be that in the moment, pressure was maintained on X. So, supposedly, most likely the bullet that hit Charlie Kirk's neck wasn't from the gun that was found close to the scene, which is interesting to say the least. I'm surprised they didn't even kill the killer. Like they did with Donald Trump's ear shooting. I don't know if they killed the two ear shootings. He had two ear shooting, Abby. I don't know if they killed the two of them. Did he raise his hand in the two? America, sir. Yeah. So I'm surprised they didn't take him out because, wow, that must have taken a lot of what they call this, law enforcement restraint for them not to have acted rashly. Is it rash? I don't know the word, but like, spontaneously with that kind of thing. Because you're like, where the hell did this come from? September 10, 2025. He got a monument. And I mean, see, right? Of all, like, fair enough, his opinions he espoused were unsavory, to put it nicely, but the half-mast thing, I guess what really triggered it was the nature. If it's something that he passed in his sleep, right, then I don't think so. But the nature of the killing at least opens the debate for whether he deserves that. Cause, but a holiday? Now, if it's a holiday to celebrate him, no, please, no. But a holiday to mark what we would describe as a political violence or so, fine. But a holiday to celebrate him, I don't think so. Well, they've done it anyway. Extra holidays for the Americans. I think the Americans have more holidays than we do. I think outside Easter, Salah, Christmas, it's then our Independence Day, then Workers' Day. Yeah, I think that's the holidays we get in Nigeria. Shit. Well, then Democracy Day, we have Democracy Day. Then children have Children's Day. Shit. Even oh wow. So imagine if we weren't a mixed faith nation that respects the Abrahamic faiths down to giving public holidays. So we would just have Democracy Day, Workers' Day. What was the other one? Christmas and Boxing Day. So that's 3, 5, 4. Then New Year's Day. And, okay, wait, hold on. Democracy Day, Workers' Day, Independence Day, Boxing. 6, wow, fuck. And I think this Charlie Kirk holiday is the 15th or so. And somebody should tell me that Juneteenth shouldn't be a holiday. Tisk, tisk, tisk. America, you did not change your colors. You did not change your colors. But, other story. Well, like I've said, this Israel thing just boiled my blood. But then again, it's happened. I am just so fatigued by the world situation, depressed by my local country situation, then the world situation at large is just fatiguing. The next story I saw was they've unbanned conversion therapy under the guise of religious freedom. You see, that Project 2025 thing, it looks like a joke, actually. I didn't even, I didn't even think they would get this far. I laughed it off like, oh, okay, this is something fringe. But, yeah, you can see it in effect now. All you need to do really is just have who can make convincing arguments for those their Supreme Court judges. Yeah, man. Wait, this is American 2026. Conversion therapy is legal again. The thing is, even if the therapy is mild, right, it doesn't involve physical harm or anything. As in, it speaks to the E.T. What's the English way of saying E.T.? The stupidity I don't know, I can't think of a better word right now, but the stupidity of thinking that this issue is even something that you need to interfere with. Right? A non-issue has become an issue so much so that you spend money to go and try and avert what you can't avert, what has been proven you can't avert with that method. All what you'll gain is an actor and a depressed child in one. But yeah, you're going to get a child with Oscar-level acting skills. That is all you will gain. That is what why not just send a child to a Juilliard or a film school if you want an actor? Because in that way, that method isn't the way. Right? There is no known way or no known self or actionable way to change orientation. But you refuse to believe it because God says so. Otondo, I don't blame you, Sha. I blame your parents. I blame the people who indoctrinated the first set of people in your lineage. But so the thing is, they are saying religious freedom, and I don't know if this sounds callous, but once the religious freedom encroaches people's actual lives, right? So things like subjugating women to being housewives alone and all of that. That religious freedom is not an argument. Only that is not something that a self-proclaimed Western society, beacon of highly intellectual, enlightened people, should be doing with their lives. It is the primitive thinking. It reeks of the primitive thinking that they claim to despise. That you need a book from years ago to tell you how to live your life. Right? An unamendable book. That is why the book itself is called. It is not open to amendments. That is why. America, now when I do on self, they said only one judge. Jesus, what the? That's crazy, man. That is peak crazy. So they've overturned Roe v. Wade, which guaranteed abortion. They are on the cusp of overturning gay marriage. And now that they've unbanned conversion therapy. So truly, The Handmaid's Tale was on something. We watched that thing in 2017, like, funny, she won an Emmy, it's just Trump derangement syndrome. But no. It was foreshadowing what was to come. Welcome to 2026 mask off year, the year of the mask off. Let me end this recording here. I really need to, if I say calm down, I'm finding it extremely difficult to calm down right now. But I know I have no option. I haven't been able to work with a clear head because I haven't been able to calm down. But I have no other option, honestly. my food and everything. And I don't know, I just wish we had this feature in life where when once life's issues are too much, you just sign a paper or something, and then you just poof. You don't necessarily die. You just cease to exist. Maybe they even spare your family members and people who know you the grace of thinking that someone they love has gone. Just do them, everybody who's ever interacted with you, and a complete eternal sunshine of the spotless mind kind of thing. Every comment you've made, every video you've made, every record of your being in any form just goes with you. I would take that in a heartbeat. In a heartbeat, because I am so tired of this world right now. God. Alright guys, I'll talk to you when I can.